Yo, what is good? Welcome back to Talks Within Reach. This is episode 25. Boys, how are we?
What's going on?
Doing good.
Yeah? How's
Oh,
that
yeah.
how's that coffee mug fancy?
The mug is fine. The coffee, hot.
Yeah. It seemed like it was hot. Well, welcome back. Appreciate you guys tuning back in. Not much has been happening in the football world. But one thing we do want to talk about today is the amount of free agencies that are still left, right? There's still a lot of
Ooh.
teams that need to fill in a lot of holes. There's some bigger names out there at certain positions. Some positions more than others, some duds at other positions, but depth over the years has shown us a lot of power power to a lot of these teams. When injuries come along, or guys don't do as good as expected. Some of these guys that we're going to mention here could be great fillers on some competitive teams. Um, so we'll start right off on the quarterback position. Nothing crazy here, right? No names that are going to sit there and bring you to the Super Bowl on their own. But you got Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill. He's been in the league a long time. He's got a lot to learn. He brought the Titans to a few playoff runs. And then you got PJ Walker, who I think old XFL or CFL, one of those two fancy
I
years.
think it was the XFL.
Yeah.
I think that was the XFL hand.
So and then you got Brian Hoyer, which and then you got some other guys and like low level guys. But
How old is Brian Hoyer?
50.
God.
Honestly, I think he's going for like the Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Wasn't he like the first Texans quarterback?
Let's see how many teams I can play quarterback for. I mean, that's what he's going for.
I think it was teammates with Tim Tebow.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they've crossed paths at some point.
Former
So
MSU quarterback.
out of those lists, there's some other guys: Blaine Gabbert, Adrian McCarron, Ben DiNucci, Trevor Siemian. Out of those guys, I think the only guy that all those guys will probably get picked up at some point, right? Especially when these off-season OTAs, everything starts.
Isn't AJ McCarron? Is he the one that was doing pretty good in the?
That's a Baltimore, right?
Like the CFL or some shit. Yeah,
CFL or something. Yeah,
or some league. Yeah, he was doing really well. So it'd be interesting. Yeah. It's like you got guys that might, what I mean? Teams like I don't know, the Jets, the Raiders. It's like you might just throw those guys in there as a third string. But I really do think Ryan Tannehill could be a number 2 somewhere. I think
Tannehill definitely can land.
Yeah, I think Tannehill is one of those names where I think some teams are holding off on maybe signing him because he might come with a bigger price tag because of the fact that he has playoff experience. It's like, what I mean? He's been in the NFL as a starter for quite a while. Not saying that he's, a starter in today's game, but definitely more the expensive quarterback on that list compared to others.
But he's someone that can.
Yeah.
How many injuries did we see last year?
And that's what I was going to get at is with the
quarterback.
It's a great
safety.
Yeah. Why not pick him up? Why not give him $6 million? Because
now
you never know.
With that being said, with the way the last year played out with all the injuries, does he hold out?
I don't think. What is he going to hold? I mean, he
doesn't need it though. He doesn't need it, and it's like as far as that list goes, he's like, who are you going to pick? I was like,
better? The one thing that stuck out for me was like the Vikings. It's like the Vikings still have a really good team to and you guys in your division, they have to compete. Like they're not going to just sneak in with a 9-8 season.
No, not at all.
So it's like if something happens to JJ McCarthy, whether that's he just failed as a rookie, he gets hurt, right? They went through 4 quarterbacks last season. Ryan Tannehill is a downgraded version of Kirk Cousins, but wouldn't you rather have that than playing the quarterback cycle of Joshua Dobbs? Fucking, you're going through a million guys just trying to get something to work. So it'd be interesting to see, what team out there that even like the 49ers or, somewhere that just needs like a little bit of, comfort in that quarterback room.
Right.
Like I said, though, none of them are going to, light up your world and change any quarterback spots.
Yeah. I feel like we've already, obviously all the big moves have already been made. So these are kind of the guys that can still help out your room. They're not going to compete for the starting job right now. But it's someone that can still coach up maybe some of the young guys.
If any of those guys we listed are starting spot on your team's in trouble. We'll put it that way. But the running backs, backs, there are some teams. We've seen a lot of the NFL. We've gone away from the workhorse. We really have. I mean, like the Lions, for example. I mean, even with the Packers, right? Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. Now Aaron Jones not there anymore, but Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, we saw them two running backs that complement each other extremely well. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, same thing, right? So that's kind of what the NFL has turned into, is let's not be dependent on one guy when we can split the money, give it to two guys, and then if one of them gets hurt, we still have the other one, right? So when you think about those type of teams, it's like other teams are going to try to resemble that. And we got guys like Dalvin Cook, who I don't know if you are anymore, Matt, but I am still a believer in Dalvin Cook. I think he got a shitty hand in New York with the Jets because Rodgers got hurt and then they had no O-line and they just like it was a disaster. It was just
I was confident last year. I really thought that was going to be a great 1-2 punch for the Jets.
And Breece Hall,
and then he just didn't get any touches.
He's still only like 28, man. That's like that's like the prime area. You got a couple really solid years left in him, and it's
like right at the peak where it's like right now you're like leveling out
and he's gonna go down.
Talent.
Right.
Capitalize.
You got Cam Akers. He hasn't really done anything much. He was in Minnesota last year at the end of the trade deadline from LA. But I mean, that's just one of those filler guys. Same thing with like Joshua Kelly, Latavius Murray. The one thing I'm going to be interested though is Kareem Hunt. He's only, ever since the whole thing with the Chiefs, like how many years ago, he's only played with the Browns, and the Browns didn't want him last year. And then we saw Chubbs like destroy his knee, and then they get him. And Kareem Hunt had 10 rushing touchdowns last season. It's like, so it's like he's still got a nose for the end zone, and it's like some teams need that, right? Like let's just get him in here on 3rd and 1. Let's just put him in there in the red zone, like someone just bulldoze through. It's like that. It might be worth some teams. I think he's only 28, 29. Another one of those things where give him a year contract for one of those teams that may,
Something I find interesting when I talk to the guys at work about some of this stuff is they can't separate like if they would want them on their team versus if they want them on their fantasy team. And it's like Kareem Hunt's one of those people. It's like, I'm probably not going to pick him on my fantasy. But like if the Packers signed him, I would be like, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited about that. Fantasy, I'm not grabbing him. I'm probably not going to grab him. I'm just saying, like, I'm probably not.
You might like a good bench spot of just like if some guys are hurt, you have a flex spot open. It's like you got some buys or something like that. It's like he might get a touchdown those weeks.
But like during the draft, I'm not picking him.
Yeah.
Mid-season and I see him available, I'm gonna grab him. But it's one of those things. It's like definitely, just like with him and the Dolphins grabbing OBJ.
Yeah.
I was
the one. It's like that's a cool pick, but it's like I'm not gonna touch him. Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way with Jerick McKinnon. Like
he's on this list.
Yeah, like he's a solid 3rd down.
I don't know how did the Chiefs not pick him up though?
Well, I think we talked about it before.
Captain spot. That's
they had because didn't they keep Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Well, they have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They have Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, so maybe he was just that 3rd wheel that they just didn't want to.
He's always been the 3rd wheel. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what changed now? That's your captain guy. It's kind of like with the Patriots, right? They kept that Slater, like whatever Slater. How long? It's like all he was like special teams. Like all he was this, but he was a captain. He was a room guy. They kept him for how long until he retired. It's like I thought the same thing with McKinnon. It was just like, he could have had that Super Bowl touchdown, but he like slid down. It's like he's just a team guy, like all around. Like it's like he'll do anything the team needs him to do. And I just thought like it's not like he's gonna break your bank, right? He's like 33, 34. It's like
happy to be there.
Yeah. It's like
good advice.
3rd down, and it's like if he's open, he's not going to drop the football. It's like he's the Jason Witten of running backs. It's like you could throw it to him, he's going to catch it. He's going to run the wrong or the right route. He's not going to get in any off field trouble, which the Chiefs, can't get out of right now.
Yeah.
So just like interesting there.
That's what's going to kill Andy Reid quicker than the fast fooders age. It's just like waking up every day and seeing the headlines of the fucking Kansas City Star or whatever it is.
Someone said like the intern PR guy is just like kicking his fucking feet. Like, what the hell did I get into, dude? Like every other day we have something going on. Like,
if you can handle the KC PR thing, you have built a resume in one off season and you can go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like just get you here and you're set.
It's a mess. It's a mess. It's insane. Hey, did MVS sign with the Bills?
Yeah, I was gonna get in with the wide receivers right now. I believe he did though. Which
just gives Josh Allen an excuse to be bad.
Like, it might be a hot take. I think MVS is like one of the worst wide receivers like ever because he's gonna play with one of the best. Like, there's wide receivers play with better quarterbacks. He played with Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and now Josh Allen. And it's like he's still just not gonna have 1,000-yard receiving yard. It's like to me, you're just not a good. You've had every opportunity, dude. You probably play with two of the best quarterbacks to ever exist.
He's got like Make-A-Wish stats. Like you have dropped a pass from this All-Star, this Hall of Famer, and this Super Bowl champion.
Go play for now.
Absolutely outstanding.
Just make your way around the league.
You want to go play some fucking soccer with the, like it's crazy.
So at the top of the list here, we have Michael Thomas, who, I mean, can't stay healthy, but I mean,
he might be great.
He might play 8 to 10 games for you. Might not be a bad option for a couple teams that just need, just a third wide receiver, two. You know what I mean?
I'm like 45% sure I have a Michael Thomas jersey.
Yeah, I mean, he was a monster, man. He absolutely was. So it'd be interesting. I think a lot of teams could benefit from him if they could get him cheap. 1-year deal, like make him prove it. If he could stay healthy, I mean, even last year when he played for the Saints, like when he was healthy, he didn't play bad. Like it wasn't an awful stat line.
Yeah.
And then you got Hunter Renfrow, another guy like I could see going to the Bills, kind of like Cole Beasley. You know what I mean? He can just fit in anywhere and just like he's just gonna run routes, man. Like that's all he's gonna do. Like he's just he could not stay away from concussion issues last year. That's what's
always scary.
Is that gonna help the Bills?
I mean, dude, the Bills wide receiver right now is Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, and Valdez Scantling, or whatever the fuck, MVS, right? So it's like. I mean, it's not going to hurt them. I can tell you that much right now.
I mean, he'll be good for one play until he gets just laid out, forgets who he plays for, craps his pants. And
then it's funny because like you go through the list, you got a couple of guys that like, I can't believe Martavius Bryant's even on this list. If you guys remember who that is, that's the number 2 receiver from when Antonio Brown was on the Steelers. He got into all that weed trouble. He's still free agent. I don't know how he's still on this list, but he is. But the ones that are like kind of funny to see still are Julio Jones and Randall Cobb. It's like I didn't know we had like a funeral list on.
Hey, Randall Cobb, dude, bring him back to Green Bay.
Retire him next season. Get those vets.
Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Bring him back, dude.
The tight end position, man. I mean, there's really just nobody there. I mean, the options are Logan Thomas, who honestly isn't a bad option. He was the tight end for the Commanders last season. But then you got Jimmy Graham and Mercedes Lewis. It's like, good lord. Good luck with that. But
dude, Jimmy Graham
caught a couple.
You talk about a tight end that could have been.
Dude, Jimmy Graham was though. He had like 6 seasons, dude.
Dude,
but even last year,
when you talk about Kelsey, Gronk,
he was
Tony
up there
Gonzalez,
when he got to Seattle. So it's
and Green Bay. Like I thought when he came to Green Bay, I was like, this is like, thank God.
Thank God.
And then I was like, where are you,
machine, man? I mean, red
that
zone.
Wasn't
He's up there with like some of the best tight ends in the red zone.
That wasn't the guy that Drew Brees was throwing to. That's all. And I say, hey, Aaron Rodgers throwing to you. Like if there's a person that's going to equalize that, like,
yeah. When it comes to offensive lines, though, I don't want to go a crazy amount though, but I am surprised that your boy is still a free agent. David Bakhtiari or whatever.
Bakhtiari?
Yeah, he's still a free agent along with.
I'm not surprised because he's like. Both of his knees are like basically bionic at this point.
But so many teams are just like, I mean, how many teams are desperate for offensive line? It's like, let me just throw you a low budget like salary and let
me see.
And some teams might pick him up, a couple weeks in, right? Once you get that first injury.
If Rodgers has any pull to Jets still, the Jets pick him up.
Really?
He's like, at least I know one person has my back when I'm snapping that ball.
It's like you might only play 5 snaps. With those 5 snaps, I'm gonna be covered.
He's like, that'll cover the 4 snaps I made last year.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So yeah.
But then you got guys like on the defensive side. I mean, we've seen him. I think he's like 36, 37, but he's still so efficient. Like he really is. His age does not define how well he's still playing. Is Calais Campbell? He's been all over the place, but the dude can still put up 10 sacks a season. Fucking 6'8", you know what I mean? No matter where he's gone, I mean, he helps out. He might not be able to play every snap like he used to, right? He might be one of those guys that just come in rotation. But you talk about like some of these scary defenses. It's like put him in rotation for 20, 30 snaps. You know what I mean? It's like fuck. Like keep him healthy, keep him fresh, and throw him in there with a guy like Joey or Nick Bosa or fucking you know what I mean? Some guys like it's like dude that'd be lethal. You know what I mean? On a contending team, he can throw up some sacks. For some of these guys. And then there's 2 linebackers, Shaq Leonard and Zach Cunningham. Not huge names, but still great depth names that could easily help out a lot of teams in those fields. But probably the best free agents that are still available are just DBs in general. Corners and safeties, there are some big ones out there. Xavier Howard coming off a career season. You got Stephon Gilmore, was locked down for the Cowboys last season, right? I mean, he's getting older, but that was the Patriots lockdown corner for how long, and the Bills lockdown corner for how long? It's like 32, 33 years old. If you're a contending team that still needs a corner, like the 49ers, probably, it's like sign him to a 1-year deal.
Texans are going to grab him. Texans are going to grab him.
1-year deal. You know what I mean? Like throw him in there, win him another championship. He won a few with Patriots, I believe.
Packers. Chiefs grab him.
Yeah. Patrick Peterson, same thing. He played with the Steelers for a little bit, but he was a stud with the Cardinals. He's getting older too. But when it comes to safeties, you got Justin Simmons, who is still a top 5 safety in the league. You got Eddie Jackson, who's probably top 15, top 10 safety in the league. And then Marcus May, who's also up there. You got Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs. It's like there's some big, like really, really big, like safeties. That's why I'm interested to see what the Lions do. I really am, because it's like the Lions could go after one of these guys, and they could be converted into corners too if they really need them to. But like some of these guys, like Jamal Adams, like he's a heavy hitter, man. I mean, that's like he can fucking really bring some.
He's a presence back there for sure. Yeah. And we talked about it before. Like that was what I talked about, was Lions absolutely have to find a way to improve that secondary.
Yeah,
they've been making so many great moves already. Yep. Can you imagine adding some of these veteran presence in the back, in the secondary with these new guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, dude. It's like at this point you can get one. I mean, dude, I didn't even go into it, but like John Johnson, Adrian Amos, like Tracy. It's like some of these guys are really fucking solid guys. Like they've been in the league for like 10 years. They've been top 15, top 20, but just you can count on them. They're not gonna get torched, but they're not gonna win you games. You know what I mean? And that's like the biggest thing when it comes to depth is like, can you just go in there and not hurt us? You know what I mean? Can you just go in there and just do your job? You know what I mean? And get us out safely. It's like, and there's a lot of them that are there that you can sign for.
I didn't realize there are that many big names,
dude,
in the secondary. That's
big
crazy
ones, man. Like top 5, top 10 safeties that are just chilling around, just waiting for a big deal to come through. And it's like, I'm very, very interested to see where they're gonna go.
And the Lions definitely need to invest in defense if they're gonna go for it on 4th and 13 from their own 22.
Fancy's gonna throw that jab in anytime.
15 times a year.
They can throw that jab in there.
I'm just saying, it's like, I'm just saying, the Lions are gonna need to step it up a little bit.
Hey,
that's a lot to put on any defense in the league. And
right. So after we go for it and we convert and then we score, you're right. We're gonna have a defense that needs to come back in. You're right.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I love it. So yeah, we'll obviously keep you guys updated with where those guys are going to go. Obviously I think it was more on the defensive side where there was more availability. But still very interesting to see. Like I said, when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's definitely something to talk about, because I figured look at the quarterbacks, right, and the running backs, it's like it's very watered down in those fields, and it's like those defensive spots have some guys that could really make a difference on a Super Bowl contending team.
And the next win championships, so it's the one you have to put around.
Absolutely. The next thing we have for you guys is the last episode that we talked about. The schedule got released like that day, so we didn't have all of the information for you guys. In terms of, we talked about Thursday night games, Monday night games, the primetime games, who's playing when, all this other stuff. But now that we have that, we want to go through and look through Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night, and kind of just evaluate and see, maybe our opinions on which primetime games are going to be the best this season. Obviously, it's all just predictions. We're not going to be able to, nail it, because we don't know how these teams are going to end up, halfway through the season. Some of these matchups we're looking forward to might be missing some quarterbacks like they were last season. Because halfway down the list, like November 7th, Joe Burrow would not have been there for the Ravens game, so that's not that great of a game. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. But
I love the start. I love the start of the season.
Yeah, Thursday, it's like you go right in there, man. An important matchup with the Bills Dolphins. We're not going to go through every single game, but like, I'm on board with the first matchup. I'm not against it. Week 3 might be a little might be a little rough.
Yeah, let's pass
hopefully
that
the Jets can win that one. Same thing with week 4. You just have a divisional matchup, but it's like,
that's an important one for the Cowboys to win.
Yeah,
if the Cowboys lose that's a good indicator for the rest of America.
I'm not gassing up, but typically if it's an NFC East, a lot of people will just watch it. If it's an NFC East like divisional matchup, those are typically pretty good games. Like they're typically, especially like if it's the Cowboys or the Eagles that are involved in it, it's typically a solid game. We Week 5 though is kind of interesting. That one
should be very important.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where those teams at that point are going to be like either 4-1, or 2-3. It's like, or I'm sorry, 3-1, or like 2-2.
No,
it's like,
yeah.
So it's like it could be one of those things where we see those teams really start to develop in terms of like, let's see what they do now against some good teams, and then another divisional one with Seattle, and that's gonna be great. But
that could be good. I mean, that has potential.
The games on this though that stuck out to me that I really really liked. Obviously, week 2, love that. Week 5, week 6. Week 8.
What about week 8? Yeah,
week 8 is gonna be very, very interesting. Week 10, I love week 10, especially if those quarterbacks are healthy. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Week 12, though, 2 insanely good defenses. That under is smacking. I'm calling it right now. Hit it. And then with the week 14, little Green Bay, little Detroit action on a Thursday. That's gonna be an interesting game. I'm on board with the Thursday night games. I mean, I'm not, when I look at it ahead of time, obviously these things can come and be a shit show.
Who knows who gets hurt, what changes, but yeah.
I
can see how they can peel out and just turn
week
into
17, bro. Week 17 could be a big game for the Bears.
17 could be a big
Seattle
game.
plays them tough.
I mean, think about 13. I think Raiders were,
and that's a Black Friday football game too.
Raiders, I think, almost took the series.
Yep,
almost took the series last year against
because me and
the
you got
reigning
burned.
and then winning again Super Bowl quarterback. Yeah,
me and you got burned on the Chiefs multiple times on our picks when we went with them.
Yeah,
so that's the Thursday night. Obviously it's all gonna be prime time. I will say, I'm just gonna throw this out there, not that anyone really cares. I fucking hate the NFL for being a sellout and just constantly selling all these games out to us having to have like a million different fucking subscriptions just to watch these damn things.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Peacock. So Sunday Night Football, this horrific graphic that they provide us on NBC and Peacock. First game of the season, all LED, as you can see. The Lions one kind of looks sick though. So does the Texans. I kind of like some of the LED ones. They're pretty sick.
The Lions do look like they might be ill.
But dude, we start off NFL kickoff season. We've already talked about it. Chiefs, Ravens, fucking banger. The next day, right after that, I think that's the Thursday.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night. It's always the season opener.
And the Friday night is the fucking Packers Eagles, another banger. Like that one's gonna be really fucking good.
First ever South America game.
Shout out to the Brazilians.
This is gonna be great,
dude. Little fucking Brazilian butt lift,
dude. Ass.
Do we know where they're actually playing?
Brazil.
Wherever they had the World Cup, I think.
Yeah, probably same area.
But is it like going to be in a soccer stadium like the England game?
Like they do in England and Germany, yeah.
But I just want to say this. When I saw Sunday night, I'm like, we have to understand the first 3 games, we're getting those all in 1 week. That is fucking sick.
I know.
That is sick. Thursday night, Friday night, and then Sunday night. We had the matchup between the Lions and Rams again. It's like you get Stafford coming back to Detroit again, week 1. It's like that's going to be awesome, dude. It's going to be awesome. And then week 2, we get to see CJ Stroud and Caleb on fucking prime time Sunday night. It's like it's gonna be sick. You have the Chiefs and Falcons week 3, another great game because it's gonna be Kirk Cousins. I mean, week 3 they should be healthy. The team should be, we'll see.
I think Kirk is washed.
But dude, Bills Ravens though, another great game. Steelers Cowboys, another great game. So it's like the first 5 weeks we have fucking what? How many games is that? Fucking 7 games.
Week 5, who is starting for the Steelers?
Justin Fields. Special players.
I like it.
Special plays. Week 6 though. Fuck the Giants.
Joe Burrow.
We gotta go down
New York.
We gotta go down some point, and that's the point right there.
Dude,
so Jets Steelers though. Hey,
Steelers get 2 and 3.
Defense. It's gonna be. That might be a game, depending on if Rodgers didn't tear his Achilles week 1.
If Rodgers is still alive, that would be possibly a good game.
Week 8 is when the Cowboys get absolutely railed and believe that their season's finally over and that they're not 7-0 anymore.
No, that's when they say, 7-1. We're still gonna win the whole thing.
Yeah. That's when they get beat 49-0 because they played someone that wasn't fucking like in the CFL.
It wasn't the Cardinals.
Yeah, it wasn't the Cardinals or the.
Who they also lost to.
Yeah. God damn it, fantasy. The Eagles Jags though should be a good game too though. It really should be. Depending how the Jaguars started off fucking like 8-2 and then they just blew the rest of the fucking season. But like they should
Trevor
get
Lawrence
it back.
got hurt for a little bit, right?
Yeah. It was a lot going on.
He's back. He's back though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good now.
It was just a tweaked ankle, I think.
Yeah. But week 10, Texans Lions should be another good game. I mean, I love seeing CJ Stroud on primetime Sunday night 3 times. That's going to be awesome. But then Colts Jets, like it just depends on what those teams are doing at that point. Like I really don't like that could be like week 11 they could be like 7-3 or they both could be 5-5. It's like
the thing is if they're both 7-3, if there's one team that's like 9-1, that 9-1 team's taking that spot.
Yeah.
No matter who they're playing, because it's like no one cares.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee's not going to watch that game.
Yes, sometimes these games can get moved. You're right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Eagles Rams, that should be another good one. I mean the Thanksgiving night Packers Dolphins, depending on on health, that should be good too. Week 13 though, I mean that's gonna be another juggernaut one. Like it's like that's
a potential Super Bowl.
Yeah,
at least a year ago or two.
Man. It really is. And then 14, it's gonna be really interesting to see how the Chargers are week 14 against the Chiefs. Like they should have their season figured out by then, and they're either going to be in contesting for like playoffs with Harbaugh's, fixing the team up, or it's going to be like, holy fuck, this team sucks, and they're in rebuild again.
Yeah, by then, that's another team. Week 11, week 14 are both possibly daytime games, and someone else is.
But I mean, there's really no games that I'm against besides the Bengals Giants.
Week 18 to be decided. Jeez, I wonder who that could be.
Packers Bears. It's crazy. Maybe one of us will go to the game and give us like a live feed.
Well, I think they're going to decide. It's going to be Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football. I think the Bears.
A custom-made YouTube talks within reach sign.
Also, I'm kind of
getting us tickets,
I'm also kind of pissed off he didn't start us off with the fucking.
Oh yeah, I thought you got that. What's going on?
I do. I forgot all about it.
See? Unbelievable.
Look at that. I mean, look. We can't do everything around here, but Matt forgets trivia. He forgets the clipboard. It's like Jake.
I forgot about it. Hey, I was thinking about it earlier too. I was like, what week is it?
What week is it?
Like when is it? Season 2?
Yeah.
Like are we season 2 now?
No, we're gonna
do episode 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I got a question for you though, real quick. So on this graphic, it shows Thursday night counts as a Sunday night coverage, right?
It's because Peacock has coverage of it.
They get the coverage for that game, and then
Thursday
the Lions are also
Black Friday.
So the Lions are also playing on Thanksgiving, so that must be under. And we didn't see it on the Prime
ESPN
coverage,
then.
So it's probably either Fox or.
Well, no, it's probably ESPN. Let's see. When would that would be?
No, I don't see it on there.
Maybe they just won't even cast it because it's gonna be that bad.
It'll be a blackout game again, like.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say this: Sunday night. I haven't looked at this one in depth, but Sunday night has my vote for the best. Like match.
Yeah, those are some pretty good.
Those are the best ones so far. And just looking at just peeking through this, I still think I'm going to stay with the Sunday night. Something we didn't talk about because I don't think it was on any of those schedules. I don't think Thursday night does it. No, and I don't think. Yeah, as far as right now, they don't do it. But the Monday night games, they do the double headers, and it pisses me off. I already talked to you guys before about it.
Yeah,
it pisses me off because I can't watch both games. It's like if you could start one at like 6 and then like 8, cool. Yeah, I'm with it because it's like. You get home from work, you're done, whatever, cool.
The problem is you can't.
Dude, the 7:30 and the 8:15 starts though, man. You're giving me 45 minutes. Like that's all you're gonna give me.
Yeah, but they won't do it because West Coast games, like you're telling me that you got a 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock game on a.
Dude, people would show up.
Probably, yeah.
Those fuckers would show up.
I reckon.
We already talked about it last week, but hey, Aaron Rodgers, week 1, Monday Night Football. Again, not in New York this time, but he does visit back home into California.
Hey, if the Niners drop this one, like the Bills dropped the last one,
it's gonna be the 49ers Bills season.
I think it's gonna be like called the Jets curse.
The Jets curse.
Like whoever plays the Jets opening week,
there's Achilles. Aaron Rodgers comes in, and then it's just over.
49-10.
Yeah, I mean, that one shouldn't be a bad matchup. I think it's a rough start for the Jets. I think they have a lot of new pieces that you don't really want to come off of a 49ers team that just made the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're going to be a much readier for that week 1 matchup than the Jets are. They have a brand new offensive line, new offensive weapons, new defensive guys. So it's going to be I think the Jets easily lose that game week 1, but
I think the Jets win that because the Jets won on September 11th, and that's pretty close.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, there's no matchup that like sticks out to me that I'm like, oh fuck, I can't wait for. You know what I mean? I'm like looking through, but I'm just like, I mean, I guess that the day before my birthday, November 18th, Texans Cowboys, that's gonna be cool. Like, because it's like a little Texas matchup.
That's a big game. That's a big game around here.
Yeah,
Battle of Texas.
That's what I'm saying. So that'll be a cool game to catch. On a Monday night. Just found out my birthday, falls on a Tuesday this year, so that sucks. Maybe get some tacos.
I think September 30th. Honestly, both of those could be pretty
December 30th, though. Bring up any?
Yeah, that's what it comes. Yeah, end of the season.
End of the season, and how they ended your season.
We'll see.
Do you, Matt, expect any kind of changes to the 4th down play calling, like any at all, or is
going
it
into
still
the
like
season?
Fuck it, we ball?
No, I mean maybe minimally. I think his game plan is going to be maybe a little bit smarter, but a
little more conservative.
But he's not going to go away from the opportunities. He looks at those as he wants to keep the ball, he wants to be aggressive. All those things. I think the game plan will probably be let's maybe have somebody else also think about it and kind of be able to chime in and say, let's just kick the ball. But no, I don't think he goes away from that mentality, and I think his guys respect the way he coaches them up. So
I think if you switch it up, we talked about last time, it's like that's his identity now in the league. Teams know it. They're afraid of it. They don't know what to do. It's a gamble guy. And it's like, what you're getting into. So if you don't like him as a Lions like owner, GM, whatever, get rid of him because that's who he is. You can't tell someone not to be who he is. And there's going to be a team that goes out there and picks him up because they want that. They want that exciting. They want the fans in. They want the fans loud. It's like we saw, Matt, when we were there. It's like it gets fucking loud there on that 4th down.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah. So
I'm totally with that. I'm saying, like, do you think he calls it one less time per game?
I don't think so. I mean,
no.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a sketched up like I'm gonna do it 3 times a game. I think
it's not. It's not. That's not what I'm saying.
As the game goes on, it's like
I'm saying on average, are you losing it one less time? We're gonna punt instead of go for it.
Or all offseason, has he just been writing up plays, just ready to go?
Yeah, who knows?
Well, so here's the thing. You kind of talked about it, but on 3rd down, you defensively you would scheme it differently if you think he's going to be more conservative or if he's going to have a chance to go for it on the 4th down. So I don't think you can take that away. I think you always have to have the element of we're going to go for it on 4th down because then the defense has to play it a little bit differently.
I mean, I think teams are assuming. I'm just saying, like, as a fan, like, do you want him to take it down a notch?
No, I love it. That's the grit in Detroit. That's what the identity he's kind of built here. So I think he keeps that going.
Yeah.
And if you land in the same spot, playoff run, but
no, I've already told you we're at Super Bowl this year. So
there you go. There you have it.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the schedules. Obviously, you guys
34 minutes in.
You got what'd you say?
I was just checking to see the timestamp. 34 minutes.
Oh yeah, he's got to get it in at least once. So those are the schedules for the prime time
games bingo card
this season. So obviously, tell us in the comments, what you guys think. Which day is going to be the best day for prime time? I think the best setup we have, like I already said, is going to be Sunday. I think it's Thursday then Sunday. I think Fancy, didn't you say Monday night was ass? I think I kind of agree with that.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Monday night.
I think Thursday. I think if I had to rank them, it'd be Sunday, Thursday, Monday, which I think I'm okay with. Like if we get a good Thursday to start us off, we get a good Sunday. It's like, and Monday, I'm just like, okay.
If I have a good Monday, I might need like Thursday night to go to bed early. Packers are on there one time late in the season, so it's not like I'm missing out on my team at all.
Yeah, sure. So So the next thing we haven't done in a couple weeks, is we got a little fun game. We're bringing it back. This is another one where I will be hosting for you guys, and you guys will be competing against each other. As long as you, well, he just stood up as we're about to go over the
see you later
thing. But pretty much, if you guys are listening, as long as you guys are, familiar with the football teams, you guys can play along. You guys can guess and keep track. I guess we'll just wait for Mr. Fancy to get back as we tried to start this game up. So I don't know why he just
I don't know.
It's like, all right. Couldn't have been worse timing on Fancy's part, but
that's Fancy for you.
We had to do that right there, Fancy.
Had to get it. So that way I could cut from earlier.
We're going over the rules. You just walked away.
Well,
all right. Well, so what we have for today is there's going to be list of 32. Obviously, all the football teams. So if you guys know the football teams, you guys are going to be able to play along. And from the top to the bottom, the top team, you will get 32 points. The bottom team, you will get 1 point. So obviously, the higher you get someone off the list, the more points that you get on your points for your team.
I have a lot of experience getting people off.
Top to bottom, you guys are going to tell me the team with the most rushing yards last season. Team rushing yards, not a rushing leader. Team rushing yards.
Okay, so who had the worst?
That being said, I have a cap. No coin still.
Brother,
I don't think, Matt, you've beaten Fancy yet, so I'll let Fancy to do the coin toss. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Let's see. It is heads. Matthew?
I will defer.
Wow.
Give it to me.
Why did you defer?
I don't know. I don't care.
I was like, in my head, I'm like, what does he get out of that? Like, I'm just like, there's no second half. Like, all right, fair enough. No, there is, because when we stop at 16 to count it up, then you get the first pick, so you can get back-to-back picks.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I get the first 16 and then he goes 1-1 and then I pick one more, it's like over. Because then 17-2.
All right, well, get us started, Fancy. Who do you got? Who's your first guess?
For the leader, rushing yards?
Team rushing yards.
I'm just going to pick my favorite team. I'm going to pick the Packers.
Wow. Okay.
Just because they had two rushers that I
Packers
really enjoyed.
Are worth 18 points.
Wow. All right. So
wait? How are you gonna list them? So because I have them listed 1 through 32. So
1 through 32. So 18 points is what you get. So technically,
so should I write them in the 18 spot? I guess is what I'm saying, and then it doesn't matter what order technically because it'll just be in reverse order.
Yeah, because it's going to be in reverse because you know what I mean. So it's like,
okay.
So the Packers are technically
as long as you haven't that numbered that way, I'll just keep this as
they're they're 15th. They're 15th.
Yeah, that's fine.
List.
Okay.
So Fancy got number 15.
I gotcha.
So technically, I could just mark down. It's not gonna.
For
me to do this real quick, so I can just do that.
Yeah.
You want me to?
Well, that's what I'm just saying. I'm wondering where I want to write them in on my list of if I'm writing them at 18
so Packers are 15. But that is worth 18 points.
Okay.
Sound good?
I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Matt.
San Francisco.
San Francisco is number 3 on the list. That is 30 points for Matt.
That was my next guess.
Glad I took him then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good guess.
Fancy?
The
reason I did this is because there's a lot of teams on here that are gonna I'm just, when I saw it, I'm just
surprising.
I was like,
damn.
Let me go with Dallas.
Dallas is number 14 on the list. Fancy gets 19 points. So Fancy is nailed 15 and 14.
How about the Dolphins?
The Dolphins, number 6 on the list. 27 points for Matt. So after 2 rounds, Matt is up 57 to 37. Fancy, you're on the clock.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of a surprise team. I'm thinking Giants.
The Giants.
Sounds like all they had. I know they didn't have no quarterback game.
Wow. Fancy, you were just fucking nailing. Number 16.
So it's number
Fancy, you get 17 points.
Okay.
Fancy is nailed 14, 15, 16. He's just hovering at that spot.
It's all the NFC too.
Yeah, it has been.
Give me the Lions.
Detroit is number 5 on the list. 28 points. Matt with a strong start.
Yeah. I'm going to go KC.
KC. Fancy's falling farther down the list. KC at number 19. 14 points for Mr. Fancy.
Okay, still on the right side of things. It's close enough.
Did Henry get it done for the Titans last year? I'm gonna go Titans.
Titans, number 17.
Oh no.
On the list. 16 points for Matt. I think the biggest shocker is going to be the last team and the number 2 team. And the 4 team. You guys still have 1, 2, 4.
Yeah.
On there. What did I say, Matt? So you had 16 points there.
Okay.
Fancy?
Give me the Texans.
Sorry, I was doing that. The Texans. All right, let's see. Fancy's naming some ones that are just like, good lord.
Middle of the pack.
I gotta fucking, let me go fucking find these.
Can I even find them?
22 on the list. Houston gives you 11 points.
Okay.
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 I mean, it's got a pretty good solid grouping. If I was zeroing a rifle, it'd be okay.
Let's go. I don't know where I want to go here. Let's go Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay is the 32nd team. Matt gets 1 point.
Love it.
That's shocking, right?
Yes.
I mean, they had a high scoring offense, so I'm just like, damn. Like, that's why I wasn't like impressed with Rashid White. Everyone's like so happy with Rashid White. I'm just like, he didn't do much. Like, Baker threw the football a lot. Like,
yeah,
he did great receiving, but your job's running, not receiving.
I was gonna say that's where I'm thinking of him as a good running back.
All right, Fancy, you just caught a break, pal.
That was it.
That was a big break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decent little break there.
Yeah. Give me some juice. Think of something.
Give me some Falcons.
Give you some Falcons. It's not a bad number. Number 9.
Okay.
24 for Fancy. That'll help.
That'll stop the bleeding a little bit.
We'll stop the bleeding.
Okay. I'm not mad about it.
We'll stop the bleeding.
Ooh, Bills. Give me Bills.
Buffalo is number 7.
Oh, I had a tough time with them.
6 for Matt.
So I was thinking. So give me the. I know this is bad time to ask for it though. Give me the parameters of the game again. It's just rushing yards.
Team rushing yards.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why,
including quarterback.
That's why I was leaning there.
Yeah,
Fancy,
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. And give me the Jaguars.
24. 9 points.
Oh.
Yeah. Not a bad guess, though. I definitely would have expected them to be a little bit higher because of the fact that you...
I would have moved them above. I guess the Texans are there. That makes sense. Texans are 11. Jags are 9.
Well, still, Etienne had a really good...
I was trying to think of, when did Lawrence go out, and then they start trying to, not throw it. I was like, I don't remember what week he went out, so... Damn.
I'll stick with that rushing quarterback. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You literally said, running quarterbacks. And I was like, okay, he's going to go Ravens. Ravens, number 1. Yeah. Number 1, 32 points for Matt. I thought Fancy was going to hit it.
I thought and
catch right up. I thought them or one other team that he was just saying. He said Jaguars. I was like, damn.
Chicago.
There you go, Fancy. That's what I thought you were going to go with. That's number 2.
Nice.
You guys are keeping score, right?
I have it to keep score. I'm not keeping an active score.
Okay. Yeah, I was keeping an active score, and then I got confused, and then I have all the right numbers. I just stopped keeping a little side.
Yeah, we'll have to do our intermission, and Fancy will do the
okay, well, Matt, you have one more pick, and then intermission begins. Then you get 2 picks in a row here, technically.
So I will start it with. I'm gonna go Rams, but I'm scared.
Number 11 on the list, 22 points. Not a bad. It's not a bad.
Yeah, he loves to throw it to the running backs at times too. So you know what I mean. So that's what I was thinking.
Almost top 10 still, and it ain't bad.
Yep.
Ain't bad
Not
at all.
bad at all.
All right, boys, count them up. I think Matt's in the lead by just a little bit.
Where is my
Fancy still number 4, number 8, number 10, 12, 13. So there's still a lot of really good points up there. I can't believe Matt ripped the worst.
He got number 1 and
number 32. It balances out.
Fancy was ripping that 14, 15, 16, man. He was just nailing them. 17, 18. I was like, good Lord.
Wait, he got Chicago. My bad.
Okay.
After the first half, I got 182 to 159, Matt.
182 for Matt, and you have what?
159.
Oh, so we're in a ball game here.
We're not too far apart. The 16, the 14, 17, 18, 19 help me.
Yeah,
and obviously and the 31.
Well, yeah, and the Chicago. That's what I'm saying. You could have got fucking Baltimore and Chicago, I think.
I could have got Baltimore. I just refuse to acknowledge.
I'm surprised Baltimore didn't go off the board quicker. I wasn't surprised by 49ers. It's like 49ers. I thought up there with McCaffrey, but I'm just like that's all they do is run.
It took Matt clarifying the rules to make me understand. Think about the quarterback, you idiot. That's what it took. It's like he said that, and I still didn't go with one. He said Ravens. I was like, oh.
And then he was like,
I was like, the Bears.
The Bears.
Hey, give me the Bears. So
all right, Matt. Coming out of the first half with 182 to 159.
27-point lead.
Yep. All right, so we're looking for the number 4, the number 8.
Yeah, you guys have 4, 8, 10, 12, 13, and then after that it goes,
Yeah, we got a bunch of those.
And was the 4 spot the one that you said it's going to surprise us?
Yeah, I thought Chicago being up there was a little bit of like shocker. I thought it was being higher than the 49ers. I thought 4, and I thought Tampa being the worst was shocking.
Yeah,
I agree.
Tells you how good Baker Mayfield is. They got to the Super Bowl with no rushing yards.
Got to the Super Bowl.
I mean, not the playoffs.
Wow, he's really good because he even get there and he got there.
That was their Super Bowl.
How about the Minshew led Colts?
That's number 10. It's a good rip.
Okay.
That is a good rip.
So number 10
is worth 23 points.
Colts, huh?
Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, some great games they both had.
So who else ran? Give me I don't know which side to pick him on.
I was gonna say he's second guessing himself.
Open your eyes.
Give me the Browns.
12. 21 points.
Okay. I know those yards didn't come from Flacco.
Yeah, they did.
3 of them. The 3 to the bench.
All right. Do I go with your hint, or are you screwing us?
Maybe both.
That's what I got to decide.
I mean, do you feel like the Eagles didn't run the football?
A half an inch at a time on 4th down and get a touchdown? Yes.
Okay.
They did have good throwing game. Like, I understand doubting the Eagles. It's like, yo, they fucking.
All right. I'll waste my pick. Eagles.
31. Could you imagine? No,
I was
like,
bro.
I mean, so man, pissed. Andre Swift, he had like 1,200 rushing yards. Jalen Hurts had a ton. We're number 8, man. Number 8.
So 25 points.
25 points. Fancy had his eyes closed, but I'm just like,
I mean, yeah.
I'm just surprised they weren't ripped. You know,
I don't think of you guys as a.
That's what our identity is. Yeah, that's what our identity is. Is run the football with 4 different running backs. We just keep running and running and running. And
I guess that's why. I guess that's why I'm thinking of it that way.
The Jets.
The Jets. 23. Fun fact that I also have written down here. So, Fancy, you get 10 points for that. The fun fact that I've written down here is the Houston Texans and the New York Jets tied for the same exact number, 1,647 rushing yards on the dot.
So I get 11.
And Jacksonville was 1 yard underneath them.
Okay.
So I should really get 11 teams. I should get 11 for the Texans and the Jets, and then 10 for the Jags.
I think what they do to decide the number is like per carry, like the yards per carry average or whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So
I was just thinking the Jets had no quarterback.
4 still on the board, and 13 is still on the board.
All right. There's one that I want to rip, but I'm not. I'm gonna save it.
I'll rip the hell out of it.
You probably would. Give me the 2-headed monster of Steelers.
That is number 13. 20 points for Matt. That's good. That's the second highest.
Next available after 4. Yeah, I like it. I guess then. How many points there? Sorry,
20. So now it goes from 4 to 18.
So now I'm either thinking of your division or my division.
For the spot. Number 4?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you guys both a hint. It's not in either one of our divisions.
Oh. Okay.
And you guys already ripped Green Bay, Detroit.
Is it our conference?
Does it start with
NFC?
What color is their team?
I was saying, what I was thinking was, it's either the Vikings, because Kirk Cousins got hurt.
Does their name rhyme with taters? Is it the Raiders?
I was trying to remember if it was how did Sam Howell do with the Redskins? I was like, I know he could sling it, but he run it all. I was like, how are they doing? So I was thinking it was, the
only
hint
I'm going to give you guys is number 4 is not in my division or your division.
That's fine. So it's possibly the Redskins. So just joking.
I don't think the Redskins played last year.
They're not in our division.
You can that's right. That's right. Now,
that'd be our first 0.
-4.
That's not a team.
-4 for the Wolk.
You could have picked the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it would have been closer than whatever it was that you said.
Yeah.
You got it, Fancy.
The Saints. The Saints.
Saints are number 21, so 12 points for you.
Fuck.
You said 21?
Well, I'm good at grouping them. I got 9, 10, 11, and 12. That should be good for like a combo. Like a 1.2 multiplier. A little chili pepper.
No, I'm sorry, 12 points. I don't know why. They're 21, 12 points.
12 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Said it wrong.
Yeah.
How about Mixon?
He's probably gonna need number 4 to like come close here.
I think so. How about Mixon? Bengals.
I feel bad.
31. Number 31. 2 points for Matt. Fancy, come on.
No shot.
Fancy, come on. Dude, you got to think about it. I didn't realize it either, but I looked it up because after I saw that, I said the same thing. They didn't run the ball without Joe Mixon. Like, because Burrow got hurt, and Burrow's not a running quarterback, and neither is Jake Browning. So, like, Joe Mixon was the only running, like, at all. Like,
yeah. Is this one still a surprise? Or is this one the ones you thought was going to be a surprise?
No,
or is
what,
not?
The Bengals? No, the Bengals.
No. The last big empty spot.
Yeah, the 4 is.
Yeah, 4 is so
it's a big surprise.
In my mind, it is.
Cardinals.
Yep. Yep. Is that not a surprise?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, who the fuck are they run? Who's running? James Conner was hurt half the year. Like Joshua Dobbs, though. That's what.
That's where I was when I said the Browns. I was like, who is higher? And then I said Browns, and the Browns were high enough. I was like, is Arizona higher?
I thought Fancy might rip the Cardinals when he was like, and I was like, dude,
I was on the fence on. Yeah. I was like, fuck. So when I said Browns,
I saw Bears at 2 and them at 4. I was like, damn. Like
if the Browns were any lower, I would have picked Cardinals the next pick. But the Browns were just high enough that I was like, no way the Cards are higher.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So that is the remaining out of the top like 17. So now we have 18, 20, and then 25 and lower. That was a huge gain for Fancy.
Great pull.
On that. There's still some room where you need to get a couple more, Fancy. But Matt, you were up.
Is there any football teams left?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Seattle.
Seattle is number 28 on the list at 5 points. Fancy, this is it. Matt's having a meltdown.
He is.
That you brought the Ash Destroyer out, and
this is my window. Nervous. This is my window. The Patriots.
26, 7 points.
Okay.
I mean, hey, more than Matt got, so we're not going in the wrong direction.
I'm not. Yeah, the bleeding stopped.
Man, how many? Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 teams left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, oh, I got 6 teams left.
Okay, I must not have crossed one out. Oh, I didn't cross out Cincinnati. I'm sorry. Okay, so 6 teams left. Do we want to do a quick count with 6 left?
Yeah, we can do a quick update.
A little update, keep the suspense going.
Yeah.
It might come down. We might not even be close. Matt might still be up by like 20 points.
I think I'm still up by at least 15.
And see, and that's doable.
It'd be close, yeah.
Because there's still an 18 point. No, I'm sorry. There's still a 15 point up and a 13 point up. This might be one of our closer ones, boys. No one's getting blown out.
He's gained 4 on me, I think is what I've got it as.
He's up on 4?
No, from this half. He's got +4 on me. So I think I'm still up by
So the score was 182 to 159.
And I have 75 and he has 79. Is what I got. Fancy, does that look right?
I got 257 to 222 overall. So 55-point difference.
Between you two?
Yeah.
Oh,
so unless Matt just misses every question, which he can't. I mean, he's going to get something.
If I guess CFL teams.
Why did it feel like it was so much closer? Let's see.
The second half was closer than the first half.
I don't think that's right.
No, 257 is what you have, Matt.
I think I have 222.
238.
I must have skipped over one team.
Yeah, you have 238. And then I said 252 for you. Yeah, Matt's only up 14 points.
No, I've got 250. 257.
I have Matt down for 257.
Okay, yeah, sorry, 257. 257, right, is what I have down for Matt. 159 plus 79 is 238. So then 238, 257, that's 19 points. So you're only down 19, not 55. I was like, dude, like this game's a lot closer than 55.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I must have looked over one line.
You're up 4 points in the second half, and you're only down like 27 in the first. I'm like, how could it be 55?
Right.
Like, I'm like,
that's impressive. Crazy. He probably literally missed his best
guess.
What
did we say the difference was though?
38 to 57 is what, 19?
All right, so 19.
So if Matt picks 3 and 4, and I pick 13 and 15,
all right, Matt,
then
you're
it comes down to 6 and 8.
Raiders not gonna help you out, pal. 30 at 3 points.
Scenario.
Fancy, come on.
Chargers.
They're not gonna help you, but 25, 8 points.
Okay. That tightens the streak. I got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's one I'm just shocked you guys haven't said yet.
Oh, I thought I did say him. The one I'm thinking of. Hey, quit.
Yeah, quit.
Fucking don't yell at me.
Balls. God, I can hear him through these headphones. Just, dude, it's like, ugh. All right, what we got, Matt?
All right, so with that, Fancy goes up another 5, so Matt's only up 14 right now.
I got the number right in front of me. It's going to take the lead.
Commanders
at number 27. Matt gets 6. All right, so he's up by 20 right now, but you do have your turn, Fancy.
Denver
is the highest left on the list. 15 points for Fancy.
So that closes it down to 5.
It closes it down to 5.
With 2 spots, either 13 or 4.
With 13 or 4. Wait, and we're only down 5. So it comes down to this.
Yeah, Matt's pick will decide if he wins or loses.
This is crazy. Come on now. This is crazy. All right.
You can't make this shit up, folks.
Can't make this shit up.
This is 4th and long on your own 20-yard line.
Matt, this is 4th and long, he says. You gonna kick it, Matt?
and I have to pick in our division.
Yeah. How much you trust the...
You guys know both teams, right? So we can say who it's...
Yeah, it's either the Vikings or the Raiders.
No.
I don't think I have those wrote down
anywhere. All right, I'll pick the Vikings then.
Fancy. The Vikings are lower at 29. Matt gets 4 points.
So you're going to pick them then?
Oh, Raiders are number 3. Okay. I see them now. I was going to look through my list.
So there's one team remaining, Fancy. You got to tell me who the team is. If you name this team, who is missing? The last team.
Panthers.
Fancy wins it all. Fancy wins it all. Matt went with a safe pick. I'll give it to you, Matt, because if I had to pick between Vikings and Panthers, I'm picking the Vikings. But also, think about how bad that running back room was. They had Cam Akers at one point. The Madison was fumbling every other play. Like they went through 100 quarterbacks. It was just like a mess. But that was tough. That was tough.
Once it got down like to the nitty gritty, I say like halfway done, it was like,
dude, that might be. I mean, that's probably the best game that we've had. It came down to the last two. We never had the last 2 picks.
That was crazy.
That was a good one. And hey, look, and Matt won against Dan Campbell. He went for the kick. If Matt really wanted to win that, he would have said Carolina. He would have.
Yep.
He would have said Carolina.
The underdog, He would have
went for the 4th and 13.
The shit that pisses off Vegas. Yeah. I love it.
Dan Campbell, No, that was good though. That was really good.
MCDC.
There was some shockers though, man. The Cardinals, man. Like, I mean, it's shocking that Matt, you got
Cardinals.
Matt got 1-3. So Matt got 1-3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on that, and somehow that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you get those bigger numbers, it doesn't come. It comes down. Matt, I think you got Tampa, Cincy.
I literally got all
Minnesota,
of the
Besides
I got
New
every
England.
single last team.
Yeah, the bottom 6, you picked all 6.
That's what it came down to. Yeah.
Yep. And honestly, Seattle, like I thought they would be top 15.
Geno Smith, man, he's fucking slinging that bitch.
Man.
He's out there.
Yeah, the Bengals one and Tampa shocked me a little bit. Bengals less, but Tampa definitely shocked me. But the Cardinals, man, number 4, and then the Bears number 2. It's like,
the Cardinals.
Justin Fields ran the shit out of that ball.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he did. He broke like I think a speed record. He got like 23 miles an hour or some shit like that.
No, but that was definitely fun. We got one remaining thing left, and it is Matt's trivia. So we'll meet you guys over there. All right, I gotta get rid of that.
Yeah, swap that out if you could. So we went through the Thursday night, Sunday night football, Monday night football games. So I just between the two, I just went Thursday night football, Monday night football. We looked at those matchups. So let's think about it that way. Who's got a better home field advantage from last year? Was it the Thursday night games or the Monday night football games?
Monday night football.
I'm gonna go with them.
All right. Monday night football went if you were home team, they went 9-13.
Okay.
Not a good advantage.
Okay.
Thursday night games 11-5.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it does kind of help. You leave Sunday, depending, especially if you come off of already a home game on Sunday. But either way, you come home. Or like if you have an away game on Sunday and you got to go away again on Thursday, it's like you got to travel and you're not rested up, and it's just like now you don't have a home field advantage. You're fucking exhausted. It's like at least you got the home crowd. Like if you're that home team,
that's what it might come down to. Yeah.
I realize that big of a difference between wow.
Because Monday you get more rest, man. They're in
town. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they're in town way. They're in town way earlier. You know what I mean? Like, wow, 9-13. You said?
Yeah.
And then 11 and what?
11-5.
So there's less games.
Yeah, let's say there's less games. So,
but still, that's significantly like.
Now, if it would have been the same amount of wins but more losses, would you still have gave it to Thursday?
What do you mean?
Yeah, because it's a win percentage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why is there less? Oh, because the double headers. I was like, why is there
less? There's damn double headers.
Fucking double headers, man. Tell you fucking what.
They fucked me.
Tell you fucking what. Honestly, too, you know what I just randomly thought about? I don't know. I'm still thinking about the damn defer thing. If you didn't fucking defer, he would have had to choose between those two, and all he had was Vikings Raiders. He would have picked Vikings. And you could have picked the Panthers and won that. You deferring.
Why didn't he pick Raiders? That's what I don't get.
Because I was looking through my list and I was like,
because he saw you went like this, and then he was like, wait, whoa, and then he like looked and he was like, oh shit, the Raiders.
No,
and
you said Vikings. And then I wrote it down, and right above it was Raiders. I was like, "Oh, that's the Raiders." Like, okay. I just overlooked them in my list. I was like,
"Right."
Okay.
That's why I picked the Vikings
coaching,
because
man, deferring. You know,
in your mind, I thought you were gonna guess the Raiders and then be wrong.
No. It's like,
he was playing you to make a mistake and him to capitalize on it.
I guess so.
It's a safer choice.
Just better.
Yeah.
That was a good game though. That honestly really was. That was a really good game.
Pretty fun. I had a lot of time.
Fancy was down like a lot at one point because you were rifling off those top fives. I was like, good lord, he's gonna get.
And I was just middle of the pack. Like most of the middle is me in a row with a little break, and then me in a row again.
Yeah,
that was just me hanging in there, fighting for my life.
Fighting for my life. Fancy and Nail would be like, yeah, it stops bleeding, and then fucking Matt would be like 2, and I was like, oh, dude, this is like.
Yeah. You remember that game? I was like one of those. It was just regular internet games. It was the dude that shoots the arrow and you shoot it back and forth, and you would bleed from it. It was like one of those candy stand games or whatever.
I wasn't too young.
Yeah, maybe.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, it's one of the ones you had to like sneak at the library at school.
Play hacky sack.
Hopscotch. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we didn't have chalk back when I was getting.
Yeah. Remember when you get a break at the coal mine and you get to eat a sandwich?
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that was fun. So we went over
a good time.
We went over the thing. What are we now? Like 98, 99 days away from football, something like that. The other day was
day
like
99, I think. Yeah.
It's like 100. So we're getting there, man. We're getting close. We're excited. If you guys didn't check out our socials, we did put up the lineups from last week. Actually did really good on the socials. So Matt will probably get some more of that going forward. Get creative with it. Lots of fun stuff that we can do with those, lineup, with the salary type thing. So definitely keep tuning into our socials for that. Make sure you guys are subbed. That's pretty much all I got though. You guys got anything else?
I was just gonna say someone threw in a good comment in there. I liked it, talking about, who do you get to coach any of those lineups, right?
Great option.
I loved that.
It could decide who you pick up too.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we throw in a coach on the list too. You know what I mean? Like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 being a line of coaches that you can pick from as the head coach. Just give them more of a salary.
For sure.
So definitely something to take into account for sure. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all the love, and we will check you guys out in the next one. Peace.
Later.